I don't think you can talk about any championship without having Ken in the conversation.
Everything about his whole deal screams, hell yes.
Toilet Designs now is basically an independent team in the big leagues.
But we changed nothing.
No, but I can't listen.
Here comes Marvin Muscat around the outside. I think eliminating Ken Roczen from championship contention before round 1 is crazy. This is where it's at. 1 and 2, Barsha v. Roczen. Who's gonna do it?
But we touch nothing else. It has new tires. We leave the old tires in if that's what you want.
I feel like he's maybe getting unfairly thrown out of the conversation.
Jett Lawrence is a Monster Energy Supercross main event winner. It's been a busy week, 3 nights here in Houston. Webb comes across and blocks Roczen.
Final day of riding before race time. So I like racing a lot more than I like practicing. So I'm excited to go racing. It's every top racer that rides for a professional team. Their goal is to win. So there's a lot of guys who want to win. So it'll be fun.
Switch from a Yamaha to a steel frame gas will reinvent Barsha, which is what I'm hearing from people in the industry.
Flying at the test track.
Flying at the test track.
Just like, hey man, there's certain things I couldn't do with the Yamaha on a supercross track that he kind of forgot he could do when he got back on the gas. I do see things in Barsha that will make him better in 2021.
Getting ready to lay down a heater, I think.
There have been a lot of great riders that could not figure out that Yamaha 450. A lot of guys that spent a lot of time testing and trying to get that bike dialed.
My stopwatch broken.
I think this next step to gas is just what he needed to reinvigorate his career.
What do you think the outside's faster over there right now?
I don't know.
It's so hard.
Could you go 3 and make the inside?
Probably if I downshift first. I just have to downshift second.
'Cause I think that'd be fast if you go 3.
Everything about his whole deal screams, hell yes. The bike, him being the lone guy there, he's kind of taking on this face of the franchise kind of vibe, Joe. He's now the OG gas guy, right? He's the guy.
It was kind of gnarly, man. Like Barsha almost just like didn't have rides at one point. But this looks like vintage Barsha. Like at one point, Barsha was the guy no one wanted to line up against.
I'm not counting Justin Barsha out on this title one little bit. I think he could go to win Houston 1, just like he won Anaheim 1 2 years in a row.
I didn't even slow down, I just shifted up. I told myself beginning whip squeeze the motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a fast lap.
Yeah. That was sick that you stood all the way through that turn that last lap.
God, right?
If he is just as happy at round 17 as he is at round 1, then I would be terrified of him.
How was it? Yep. Did we win practice? You know you don't have a lot of friends when you just talk to your dogs.
Salt Lake was this trial run of, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, like the different schedule. We'd never seen that before.
First time practice ended up 5th, so it's not a bad spot to be in. This next practice, try to smooth her out a little bit and get up on top of the board.
We're so used to the same thing. Anaheim 1 the first weekend of January, and then the first weekend of May, we wrap this thing up. And 2021, it's just like everything goes out the window.
Yeah, it was good the first 3-4 laps.
You're just motoring down?
Yeah, and then I got a little excited in the middle and then kind of slowed down then. But
Did you,
the track's rough.
Toilet Designs now is basically an independent team in the big leagues. They got a 450 team now, a 250 team now. Tyler Keefe basically has what he's earned the entire time is his own, basically entire team from start to finish.
Man, when I start kind of just looking into my heart and what my heart thinks.
Not hard, man. It's with my eyeballs. And you watching him ride, oh my God.
Okay, maybe it's eyeballs too. I've got a little bit of a Barsha feeling too.
Wow, man. He might win this thing.
Strong. when I whole shot it. Oh my God, it felt so good. I don't care if it's start to start or not. I was like, when I was on the line, I was like, I'm gonna show these guys that I know how to start. Rocketed.
He gets a whole shot at Houston 1. Good luck to everyone trying to pass him, because I think he's going to come in very confident, thinking, hey, I've won the last 2 openers. Why would I not win 3 in a row?
We've had a really good offseason. He's put in a ton of work, actually. And it's just cool to see, what he's capable of and him having some fun. And we got the main event. We'll see how we do.
I'm barely opening the gas, and it's going away from me,
But we changed nothing.
No, but I cannot be smooth. I cannot. But it's going away
But
from me.
what I'm telling you, to me from the outside, Mark, it looks like you just like the race came and I want to go.
I cannot scrub anymore. It's kicking me like this. I can't even scrub the finish line jump anymore because it wants to go opposite way.
But we touch nothing else. It has new tires. We leave the old tires in if that's what you want.
You've got Cooper Webb coming into this season saying he's working basically the same settings as Salt Lake City, so he's got miles of an advantage going into 2021.
Webb's got to be the biggest challenger, right? At least coming in. This thing will sort itself out, but right now it's Eli and Cooper is the biggest challenger.
In my book, yeah.
450 main here in Houston. Great start, Justin Barsha on the inside. Here comes Marvin Muscat around the outside though, and Marv gets the whole shot. Here comes Roczen into the mix.
Who would be the number 3 then? You could make a case for Kenny. You could make a case for Justin Barsha. You could make a case for Adam.
What a pass by Ken Roczen.
I think eliminating Ken Roczen from championship contention before round 1 is crazy.
Remember, Marvin Muscat didn't race all season last year.
What do we think about Marv?
I don't know, man.
Right?
That's a great question. He missed last Supercross last year. His Nationals, remember he won a couple of motos.
I feel like he's maybe getting unfairly thrown out of the conversation.
This is where it's at. 1 and 2, Barsha v. Roczen. Who's going to do it?
Well, this is a tough position if you're Justin Barsha. You have Ken Roczen all over you for pretty much 3/4 of the race so far. You just can't shake the 94 of Ken.
Battle for the lead! And Barsha is feeling the pressure big time now from Ken Roczen.
He's got the confidence of the new team and bike, and that's why. Ken Roczen's right there. He's closing up the gap.
Justin Barsha's going to do it in Houston. 3 in a row for Barsha.
He did it. Justin Barsha wins Anaheim 1 last week. And then comes into Houston and wins again on the gas.
Holy shit, he rode well.
He rode amazing. Kenny put pressure on him, and truthfully, I thought Kenny would get him. Roczen looked good all day long.
Oh my God, it's like a dream come true since a little kid. Oh. Brand new bike. Did it. And we beat the best in the world. Woo! Woo! Honda's shaking their head going, damn helmet painters.
Marv got Adam and pulled away, and Marv got 3rd, and his first Supercross race in over a year.
Really underwhelming night for Webb. I will be very interested to see if you see a pissed off Cooper Webb on Tuesday.
Starts yelling on the starting line again?
Just fired up.
Yeah.
He usually rides much better when he has a reason to be pissed off and angry. So.
Did it. We live in this era where everybody trains together. There are no wildly different people. And then there's Jett Lawrence.
First time that the East Championship has started the season in 25 years. It's time to bring the action.
We got a real chance with Jett to really, really bust into some different space where we've never been before.
Lawrence on the 18 gets a good start, but not as good as RJ Hampshire.
His time is coming. Yeah. Make no mistake about that. His time is coming.
Will there be a first-time winner? The second of 3 250 main events here at NRG Stadium in Houston. Ready to do it. What a start from the 18 of Jett Lawrence. But it's the factory Honda rider who gets the whole shot and clearly out in front.
Oh! drop bikes.
Oh my God, bro. Are you serious?
That was next.
He's got a lead. He's got a 20-second lead.
Look, I didn't see any sketchy moments. I didn't see any like stuff that would be like, oh shit. He had great speed. He pulled away, and
he was easily the best rider in that field last night.
Easily the best guy. He rode like the best guy in the class, like a veteran.
Jett Lawrence is a Monster Energy Supercross main event winner.
Don't let us enjoy, for we are young and free.
He's done it at just the second chance in 2021.
This dog went ho.
Look, he's still young. He could throw this all away, but that was an alarming level of improvement from where he was a year ago, from where he was at round one. Scary prospect for everyone else.
I mean, this is funny with kids. Like, you know, you see these wild swings of emotions, you see these mistakes from Jett, but this could also be the thing that takes him off. Like if Jett won the next 2 or 3, would anybody be surprised?
No.
Let's go. Round 2. 450 main is on. The champ wins for the first time in 2021. Eli Tomac.
He wasn't winning.
No,
Yeah,
but I think he had a legitimate shot at a podium if.
Yeah, he was with Webb.
If he could use his transmission.
Yeah. So he broke a shifter.
You did all that's first year. I got stuck in second.
I wish. Like, of course I couldn't get stuck. I don't know, even. I was never in first gear on the track, so I don't know. Like, must have, like.
What do you think you hit it?
Tough block. Tough block. This cross-threaded and I was like pushing through it. I know I was not Kenny and Cooper for sure. At least I feel like that. I just cross-threaded it.
Roczen was docked 4 points.
So Barsha is your red plate holder at 40 points. Ferrandis is now second in points.
Oh.
And Justin Brayton is third in the points.
So we're doing Griffin's name?
Yeah, I want Griffin's name and the date and Roman numerals. Just because I feel like if it's just Griffin, it'd be too small and too short sitting right here. So.
Yeah, just that super clean.
Yeah, just simple,
nice tight.
literally like this.
Okay, cool.
Same area, but yeah, bro.
Hearing a lot from Roczen on the, not trying to get too wrapped up in it, not trying to focus on a result and live and die by the results. And I feel like a lot of racers at his level are always wrestling with that because, look, if you're Ken Roczen, you cannot be happy with third in the points. You're not happy to get fifth at a race. Your goal is to win.
First 3 laps were your slowest, and then you picked it up and you finished really strong, too.
When his attitude seems to be a little bit different, he seems to not care as much. And I think that guy has had a hard time with pressure. I think it weighs on him heavy. And I think they got his mind in a place where, he's not allowing it to get to him.
You're hearing a lot from Roczen on, I'm just trying to enjoy it. I'm trying to enjoy it. I'm in a good place mentally. I don't think he's trying to convince himself like he's not enjoying it and he's trying to convince himself to enjoy it. I just think that he's trying really hard to keep the pressure off of himself.
My titles on my ribs, and obviously you can see the 3 up top are from 2015. Then I won my title in 2016, and I never ever got it on there, so freaking made it happen. So I hope that I have a few titles to go so I can have that whole side full.
Because of the physical thing, it leaks into his mental side. There are some weeks where he feels terrible, and there are some weeks where he feels great. Yes, Ken wants to win the title. We all know that, but he's not saying it's now or never. I have to get this done. I think he's trying to take a totally different pathway. I'm telling you right now, this is just a process he's going through to try to get this title. I think he knows this is his best approach.
All right, you made it. Might be a little sore from the deep tissue.
Dude, want to see something funny? You see this right here? That's my tattoo.
The missing Supercross title is an obvious one for Roczen, and I do feel like he doesn't get many more shots at this level.
But one guy that I wrote about, but I don't think I'm giving enough credit to or thinking enough about is Cooper Webb.
He was the best guy in Salt Lake. He won in 2019. Last year, he was pretty damn good other than flipping through the air. He's the #1 challenger. I don't think that's debatable really either.
I think I'm thinking like, oh, he's going to be good.
You don't get one dang spot.
I think if you're a Webb guy, you're also like, hey, he's in Tomac's head.
He's had success now. Is there any worry about he's over it, he's made enough money, and he doesn't have that fire that he had in 2019?
No, because when the gate drops, the bullshit stops. So Coop's a gamer, always has been. I just think he can block anything else out, and it's game on.
So Webb gets Roczen late, and 4th for Webb, 5th for Roczen. Roczen had a quiet day, quiet night in the main event.
My God, Cooper Webb, if he is behind Ken Roczen with 2 laps to go, well, it's like magic.
Yeah.
He gets them every time.
It's much, much better to be under control than sitting and watching.
Webb needs to pull it together like he did last year. Like, he's kind of in a similar predicament. He really has to make it come together soon.
It's been a busy week, 3 nights here in Houston. It comes to a close here. Who gets the jump? Great start, Cooper Webb on the 2. He gets the whole shot ahead of Ken Roczen. This is a Cooper we haven't seen in the previous 2 nights. Couldn't be his night tonight. Roczen on the inside, Ricky.
Really nice pass by Ken Roczen. The fastest guy on the track on my timing and scoring is Justin Barsha. He's closed in the gap to the leader.
Here comes Cooper Webb.
At the same time, Ken is very, very good at managing the lead.
Where's it going to be? Where can he make the move? Here we go, last lap. Is it going to be Roczen? Is it going to be Webb? Wilson.
Oh, Wilson's going to slow him down.
This is Cooper Webb's shot.
He's going to go for it. Cooper's going to go up the inside.
Webb comes across and blocks Roczen. The KTM rider's in the lead. Cooper Webb has saved the best for last. Webb wins in Houston! Unbelievable! He has proven time and time again that he is very, very good at outthinking anyone on the last lap.
Coop's 2 for 2 on Kenny. He's done it last year. He's done it in 2019 a few times. Like, it's... Yeah, Coop's gotten the better end of Kenny.
Now, it was Dean's fault, but bottom line, he got him again.
Nice.
He's just a bulldog, right? Like, you just
I don't know anyone else that can do that.
Roczen's up by 1 point on Barsha and Webb, and
Webb's 1 point back.
Yep, and
unbelievable.
Tomac's 6 back. Yeah.
Good race tonight, man.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah. Houston is over, 1, 2, 3. I mean, my thoughts are like, what the hell's going on in the 450 class, man?
Obviously, we closed it up with a win, which is awesome. You know, we dig deep and push hard and didn't give up. You know?
Everyone says this shit every single year, but oh my God, the field is so gnarly. It's so gnarly.
It's completely wide open.